The following podcast is an RMG Media production.
It's time we go beyond the handshake. It's time we deepen business relationships and take it to the next level of cultivating and building relationships past that business card exchange and beyond the initial handshake. Welcome to Beyond the Handshake, where we will take a deep dive into getting to know businesses and business owners, why they do what they do in business, what drives them to success, why they work so hard, what they struggle with, what they succeed in, and tips they have for other businesses to learn from their experiences. I am Lucy Miller, founder and CEO of Women Connect. Let's go beyond the handshake. Today's episode of Beyond the Handshake is with Blair Moore, founder and CEO of BeStyledCo. BeStyledCo is a Nashville-based wardrobe styling firm serving clients nationwide. Blair founded BeStyledCo to provide expert styling services that empower women to feel more stylish and confident at all stages of life. Blair is a native Nashvilleian and lives in Franklin with her husband and 3 boys. In today's episode, we talk about Blair growing her firm from a party of 1 to 6, how that was impacted by social media. We also talked a few fun styling questions and definitely some social media tips. Let's get started. Okay, I am so excited about today's episode with Blair Moore, one of my really good friends and just this amazing businesswoman. So I'm really excited for this conversation and this interview, even though we do this via text and random meetups all the time. But Blair Moore is the founder and CEO of BeStyledCo. And I'm going to read her bio because y'all, she's so amazing. Blair Moore is the founder of CEO of BeStyledCo, established in 2020, which gosh, we're going to talk about that. BeStyledCo is a Nashville-based wardrobe styling firm servicing clients nationwide. Blair founded BeStyledCo to provide expert styling services that empower women to feel more stylish and confident at all stages of their life. Blair is a native Nashvilleian, like myself, hard to find around here.
That's right.
Lives in Franklin with her husband and 3 sons.
Yes.
Thank you for being on today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
This is so fun. So we may talk fast because we feel like we always have a lot to catch up on.
A lot to catch up on.
Well, so I remember when you were first getting started with Styled by Blair is how it started. So let's talk about that. Why you started Styled by Blair.
Yes.
How that all came about.
Yeah.
And where we are now.
Wow. So I had been in the corporate world for years. And then fast forward to having my 3 children under the age of 4, I quickly became a stay-at-home mom. That was a very big transition in my life. And over those years that I was a stay-at-home mom, I really struggled to get dressed each day. Mm-hmm. And it was like this, new lifestyle. And I had a passion for fashion. I went to FIT. I moved to New York when I was 18 years old, actually 10 days before September 11th happened. And today is September 11th, which is crazy. So 23 years ago, moved to New York to study fashion, but then was in the corporate world, then a stay-at-home mom. And I was just craving something creative. Mm-hmm. I didn't really want to go back to the corporate world. I wanted to be able to go on my kids' field trips and be present in their life. And so I had this idea, and this was around the time I met you, that I was like, if I'm really struggling with this, I bet other women are too. Because as women, we go through so many phases of life from, having babies, getting married, changing careers, going from working from home into a professional setting, empty nesters, retirees. And so I wanted to start a business where we could help, build confidence through a wardrobe that women love and deserve to feel confident, because it's not just about the clothes. It's really, so much more than that we can get into. And so in January 2020, I was like, Styled by Blair. Didn't really have a great business plan, but I, got the domain and, did my social media thing, had a few followers and was just starting to network at what was then Tennessee Women Connect.
Franklin Women Connect at the time.
Women Connect. It was the very first event. And at that point, it was literally an idea. It was an idea. And here we are today. So that's kind of how it started.
Yeah. So We can't fast forward through these 4 years because you've achieved so much just in a short amount of time. But so you started as Party of One.
And then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So COVID happened. Obviously, no one's going anywhere and nobody needs styling. So at that point, I had to pivot. So I started doing closet edits and organization. So I would come into clients' homes with a mask on and edit their closets and organize their closets. The home edit was really big during that time. So I was just a one-woman show trying to build up my clientele. So that was kind of during COVID. But what happened after COVID was where our growth really took off, because it was like, everyone was like, what are we wearing now?
And where are we going?
And where are we going?
To go somewhere.
We got to go somewhere, slowly starting to get back into the office and being out and about. And so I was continuing to share on social media, just easy, attainable style tips and outfit ideas. I just kept showing up. And I think that's really important, whatever's happening in life, to continue the consistency and continuing to show up. And my social media started to blow up, and then came clients and more clients. And so I started offering virtual services, still a one-woman show, and doing it all. And then got to the point where I was like, it started to really take off, and I almost got burnt out because didn't want to say no, taking on all the things as we do, right? We have a hard time saying no. And so finally, I started to grow my team, which is one thing that I actually regret not hiring sooner. If you're a small business owner, and the best thing you can do is invest in people. And once I started doing that, that's when my company really evolved. And when we then changed, we decided to rebrand, because I started it as Styled by Blair. It was just like and it became, this wasn't about me. This was about a team of women who all share the same passion. So we rebranded in 2023 after I hired a few stylists at that point.
Wow.
Yeah. Which I'm so glad now that we rebranded when we did and didn't wait. It was a big, as you know, it's a lot of work. But if I had waited, it would have been more work.
Right.
Yeah,
the whole rebranding process is interesting because you had already really established yourself as, Styled by Blair, and everyone wants to work with you. I know we've talked about that too.
Yes.
So that's been a shift.
Right.
As you've grown your team.
Yes,
too.
Exactly. So, and my team really has happened so organically, which is amazing. But so now today we have a team of 6. There's 4 stylists and me, and then I've got a couple people marketing, social media, and of course, bookkeeping, which that was like offload.
Yes. I was just talking with someone about how important it is to really find things that aren't your passion or that you're good at, and have someone help you with that so you can focus on your strengths.
Absolutely.
And growing the business.
Absolutely. I mean, 100%. Finding those people, deciding what can I offload, what are things that I don't enjoy doing, and find people that are great at that and that can come in and do that for you. So that has been instrumental in the growth of our business, and then me not being burnt out, and then I can focus on the things that I need to do as founder and CEO. So
BeStyledCo's ideal client.
Yes.
Tell me about that person.
So kind of back to that whole transitions in life, a lot of our clients are going through those transitions. So we have clients that are stay-at-home moms, and they're done having kids, and they've been on this breastfeeding journey, and they, have been living in leggings, and they just want to feel more confident, even if it is, on the weekends, just, going to the soccer games, but they want to feel put together. And then we have corporate professionals that are, they got their dream job, but they need to dress more professionally, or they're going from, so many of our clients went from that working from home to back in the office. So we really work with college grads who are trying to land their first job and want to feel professional. They've been, wearing their cheap high school college
their college gear.
So, and then retirees. I mean, really, it's any woman who goes into their closet and feels overwhelmed and feels stressed and doesn't feel great in what they're wearing. That's our client. We work with everyday clients. I think there's this connotation of stylists, that stylists work with celebrities and musicians. There really wasn't that. And that's what we've created, is styling for the everyday woman.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know. I think you do such a great job with educating too through your social platform. I'm always like, what's Blair going to tell me about jeans? I need to know, because it changes so fast. What's in, what what you're going to see out and about.
Yes.
You do a great job staying on top of that.
Well, thank you. I think it's hard for us too, as we age, navigating trends, what feels appropriate, that kind of thing. If you try on a trend and if you don't love it, you don't have to do it, stay true to who you are. And so we're constantly trying to provide those freestyle tips on our social media and easy, effortless ways to just, feel confident and maybe feel trendy, but not out of who you are as well, staying true to who you are.
Well, and that's part of the confidence piece too.
Absolutely.
You helping provide guidance on what would look good on someone or the styles. And then as long as they feel good and confident, they can take that and run with it as their true selves.
Absolutely.
And where they are.
Yes. And as women, our bodies change. We have clients that have gone through major health issues, double mastectomies, things like that they don't know how to dress the body they're in today. Right. So they're just still having those clothes in their closet and maybe they're not fitting appropriately, or major weight loss. We've had clients. Brooke was just with a client who lost 100 pounds.
Oh my word. That's amazing.
Is that not amazing? And so she's ready she has worked so hard to get where she is. And now she's ready to dress for her new body. Isn't that amazing?
That's amazing.
Yeah. So,
well, I was about to ask, do you have any really exciting scenarios or clients that you've worked with or some that felt really good? Are you able to share examples or is there something that or something that means the most to you when you work with someone?
Yeah, I think for me, and not really based on a specific client, but the best feeling in the world is when a client comes out of the dressing room and they're like, I would have never tried this on or this style or this fit, or I would have never pulled this for myself. But I feel amazing. And at the end of the day, that just goes back to, and I've cried in dressing rooms with clients. Because it is so much more than just the clothes. We are so hard on ourselves as women and those insecurities that we have. And to help empower women to get past those insecurities and feel confident is the whole goal. And so that is definitely my favorite part of what we do. So
I love that. Well, you're able to make an impact and it obviously is a passion for you too. And so that is just a double whammy of goodness.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about social media because you mentioned earlier you were consistent, you started showing up, and then social media really started growing for you, and then that actually translated to clients, which is which is amazing and the goal. What can you share with us that you did during that time? And I know we're in different times of social media all the time,
right?
But give us some quick nuggets on social media growth.
I think for me, I jumped on the Reels train immediately. So when, Instagram used to be pretty pictures, that's all it was. And influencers were just sharing outfits, right? But my goal was I don't want to just share an outfit. I want to show you how to style a blazer 6 ways, taking it from day to night, getting the most use out of the clothes in your wardrobe. So when videos started taking off on Instagram, I hopped on that train immediately because I was like, I want to show those things. I want to show you, how to tuck in your shirt and how to, wrap a belt and just things like that. And so that really took off initially for our growth. And so, to date, we have over 350,000 followers on Instagram, and then we have over 500,000 across our platforms, and just continuing to show up. And I think the 3 things that you really need to do is engage with your community. It's so important to engage when they're commenting, respond back, hire a social media manager if you need help, because that obviously can be a lot. And then educating. So we're constantly sharing those tips, and then also being entertaining because people are scrolling, right? They only have so much. So you have to hook them right away. So those 3 things are so important when it comes to social media, and social media is free.
Yeah,
and if you are a business owner and you're not, we don't ever do ads or boosts. It's just all organic,
Well, and you show up a lot too. Your voice is on there. Your face is on there. You're just trying clothes on. You're showing your real self. And I think that, I'm not a trained social media person. I just use it a lot. And I think that is probably a huge benefit as well.
And, to that point, it's about building trust. It's about, showing people, who I am and that I really do care and that, I was in a place where I struggled. And so when you are truly passionate about something, as you are about connecting women, it shows,
So what all platforms do you use and which do you use the most?
So Instagram is definitely our number one. It just always has been. It's just been a great platform. Facebook is continuing to grow. So we post all the time. And then TikTok has been like a slow burn for us. We can't really figure out the TikTok. I don't do TikTok. And so we do have a TikTok, and we have, I think, 48,000
Is that what you call
followers.
it?
We have a TikTok. I don't know. We have the TikTok, but that's definitely not our. And then Pinterest, we have started. I've just recently hired a Pinterest manager as well, because again, I don't have the time to be on all of these.
All of those.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've talked about this, but are you on LinkedIn much?
No.
I think you should be.
I know.
Let's add another platform.
I know, Lucy. I have got to do that. Yes.
I think that you could find some really good opportunities there.
Yeah.
And that would be probably content really geared more towards the businesswoman.
Sure.
But also like what to wear when you're not a businesswoman, when you're off duty,
right,
doing all your other things.
Totally.
I think that
pushing services.
Put that on your list.
Okay. I'm adding it to my list. I'm writing it down. Yes. Mental note. I got
We'll talk about this in a year and I'll ask you.
I know. No, I will do it. If Lucy tells me to do something, I'm doing it.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Well, you just do an amazing job at social media and growth, like just being present, the education, and so you have clients then that will find you on there. They will book your services after following you, and you make that easy for them because of the processes you have.
Exactly. Yeah. And processes and systems obviously are very challenging to a small business that has grown and scaled really fast. We're constantly working on better processes for that customer journey.
Right.
But yeah, so if somebody contacts us through Instagram, we send them to a form page on our website, that then we can reach out and follow, our system in place. But yeah, we get a lot of leads through Instagram and social media. And then we've been really trying on Google as well to show up on that Google homepage.
Google.
And and Google reviews are really important for that. And yeah.
Well, so I do feel like a lot of businesses struggle with, they're like, I'm going to post on social media, but then it's not easy enough to get to the next step of the sale, or I want to book you. Like, what is that? So you do a really good job of that.
Yeah, I think it's continuing to follow up with leads that are interested, because my business coach has informed me you literally have to reach out to somebody 7 times, sometimes, whether it's through an email, about our services, or messaging them.
Yeah.
Yes, to, because they have to be ready to commit. They need to get to know you. You've got to kind of, build that rapport. So continuing to follow up with leads is really important. Scheduling the call. We've learned that, when an inquiry comes in, sometimes it's best to just shoot a text, because people get inundated with emails, but they'll respond via text of like, we got your form. We'd love to jump on a free style consult call with you. Here's some time, what works for you. So that way, think about how many emails.
Getting right to their phone. Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, okay. So you've had fast success. It's been amazing to watch, and I just love being able to cheer you on. But what have been the hard things? Because we don't talk about that a lot.
Yeah, totally. I think for me, systems and processes has been hard figuring out. We do now have a CRM tool that we're rolling out. I was literally using paper files in the beginning, and then for me, I am like a type A personality. I'm like, I'll just do it myself. And so offloading those things and, but again, back to the point of team building, like the best thing you can do for your business is invest in people. I was so scared. I was scared that I would bring on stylist and another stylist, and I wouldn't get
have
them
enough business.
Yeah, I wouldn't get them work, but that never happened. My stylists are all so amazing. They have so many wonderful clients, and so I think getting over certain fears, and me being like, "How did I get here? And what do I do?" And sometimes having that imposter syndrome feeling of, am I
ready to take that next big step?
Yeah, and am I doing the right things as a CEO? Am I being a good leader? So with that, I hired a business coach, which was a huge investment for me, but paid off a million times over. He's absolutely amazing because I got here, but I wasn't ever planning to run a company.
No,
right?
Same. We just accidentally started a company.
I say it all
running it.
I say all the time, I girl bossed way too hard. And how did I get here? I'm like, well, I girl bossed too hard. Where am I? Is that not? Yes, you girl bossed too hard. But with all that said, it's amazing. It's amazing that we're both sitting here and, thinking back to 2020 when we were in a room of how many women? 8, 10 women?
10. So I made Blair go with me to the first ever Women Connect event. And I didn't know if anybody was going to be there. So Blair and Brittany Montgomery went as my friends. We were going to have a drink, if nothing else, the three.
Yes.
And about 7 or 8 other women showed up, and I'm still in contact with many of them.
Totally,
and it's been really neat. But that was the start of something big for me, and it was definitely the start of something big for Blair. And it's so cool to see the change.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be here. I mean, in the beginning, I was at all those Tennessee Women or Franklin Women Connect events. Most of my clients started from there.
Oh, wow.
And putting myself out there, and
and the things you learn along the way too. I think that. I was lots of paper and pen too. And the way businesses evolve, especially if it's not something you were planning on getting really big, but now you've had to evolve personally and with your, business skills and things you've had to learn. And all about systems and processes. We weren't prepared for.
We were not prepared. Yeah. And that's ever evolving, and we have to give ourselves grace with that too, because, there's only so much time in the day. And, but that's why. So at this point, I'm not taking new clients.
Okay. That was next.
Okay. And I'm moving more into that, CEO role where I'm just kind of overseeing the brand and the company and still doing influencing and working with brands. So that's been amazing for me too. I never thought in a million years that I would be working with brands like J. Crew and Saks and Evereve and getting to share brands that I truly love and am passionate about as well. So that's been awesome too.
So amazing. So as you move into this new role of working to probably delegate more and not take on so much, but take on things differently, what does a day in the life of Blair Moore look like?
Yeah.
Now, is that about to change some, or are you in working on that?
I think it's about to change some. So I'm still working with clients. I actually have my last ongoing client this week and into next week. And then I don't have any clients booked beyond that. And I'm rolling over my clients to my girls that I entrust in completely. And I've already made those introductions because I do want to be able to have the time to focus on other things that can continue to build our business. I would love to get into digital courses that we can offer, how to edit your own closet and people can purchase a digital course.
Amazing.
Yeah. So definitely right now I'm still with clients and still doing all the things, but that definitely is going to be changing, and a lot of amazing, cool opportunities could be in the future as well. So
that's so cool. Well, I know it's interesting to see, because you're a mom, you have 3 boys. Yes. Life is busy. Outside of running your busy business, there's all the sports, all the, household things that have to be taken care of. And so I always like to, it's a really hard balance.
It is a really hard balance. I will say I have started being better. I try to take a few hours on Friday to do something for myself. I'm not great at I'm not great at it.
It's so hard.
It's so hard.
I'm what are you about to teach me?
I know. I'm a workaholic. Well, this is what I've started doing, and I have been consistent about it if I can. My kids get home around 4:00 every day. And so at 3 or 3:30 at the latest, I turn everything off and I take 30 minutes or an hour to just be, I'll listen to a podcast sometimes or I'll just kind of sit in silence because I have 3 boys. My house is so loud. It's, and honestly, taking those few minutes, even if it's 15 minutes to just sit and be, then I feel like I can be more present as a mom. Like if I'm jumping off a call or I'm coming straight to pick them up or whatever, I just feel frazzled. And so honestly, it's something it seems so small, but I just take that 30 minute of headspace time of just to just be, or read a book or whatever that looks like for you, because I can't do that in the mornings. I will never be the 5 a.m. Wake up before my kids. I need my sleep. I can't do it. I wish I could.
Blair likes to sleep.
I love to sleep.
Yes.
So yeah, so I'm not the 5 a.m. girl, but so if I can, get my day wrapped up and take a little bit of time for
So
me before
smart.
the kids, that like has really helped.
That's
so
great.
yeah.
It's
and then
a
I have
balance.
To, and then I do have to work in the evenings a lot, like after the kids are in bed, but I do really try to focus on them, and I'm running to sports and all of that stuff. So I really do try to put my phone down between the hours they're home and, and bedtime. So it is hard because there's always something to do, right? And
oh goodness.
But just being present for the kids is really important.
Okay, I've got some style questions for you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
I hope you don't oppose anything I have on right now.
Oh my gosh, you look gorgeous. Stop it.
Okay, so lightning round of style questions. I kind of want you to give me like your first thought.
Okay.
And I want to say this is dated as of September 2024 because I bet when we listen to this in a year, it might be different.
That's so true.
For the record,
that is
September
so true.
2024.
Okay.
Okay. Favorite thing to wear to a family on the go day.
On the go day. So if I'm being super casual, the Spanx Air Essentials line is amazing. It's the softest thing you'll put on your body. They have t-shirts but it's like matching sets. So it still feels like elevated. Or if I'm, being a little bit more elevated mom wear, just a pair of crop jeans, a fashion sneaker instead of, a regular tennis shoe. There's so many cute fashion sneakers out there. A little graphic tee and like a lightweight jacket.
Okay.
Good to go.
So cute. Go-to type of jean right now.
Ooh, definitely a trouser jean. So a trouser jean is going to be not super wide-legged, but kind of slim and straight and kind of boot cut. But J. Crew has the best trouser jeans right now. And I would say like a dark wash that's non-distressed for fall. Because especially if you can wear jeans to the office, that's going to be your most versatile is like a dark wash denim.
Okay. Awesome. I'll be shopping there later.
Yes. I'll send you the link.
I know. Send me the link.
Send you the link.
Yes. Okay. Dress length to wear to a wedding.
Ooh, okay. So it really depends on the wedding, if it's black tie or what the occasion is.
Let's say not black tie.
Not black tie. Okay. I mean, I really think it depends on the dress because there's plenty of dresses that are knee length, midi length, and, or maxi length that can be appropriate for a wedding. Okay. And yes, you can wear black to a wedding. I went to a wedding recently and I wore black and I got so much hate on my social media around wearing a black dress to a wedding.
But you looked gorgeous. I'm sure everybody loved it.
So many women were wearing black. I'm like, whoever said you can't wear black? You can't wear white to a wedding.
Put your white dresses up. But
put your white dresses up. But
okay, I've got a wedding this weekend. So
you do? Okay.
Selfishly was asking.
Yeah.
Okay, trend you personally don't like the most.
Barrel jeans. Do you know what those are?
I don't know if I do.
Okay. So they literally look like a barrel. So they go out around your knee and then they taper back in.
Oh, that sounds
And
terrible.
so many women are wearing them. They're very trendy right now. I've seen women pull it off and they look amazing, but you will never see me wearing a barrel jean.
Okay.
I don't know who wants to look like a barrel. And I think that's something that a year from now, they're going to look back and be like, well,
why did I wear that?
Why did I wear that? So,
okay. What style question do you feel like you get the most?
Ooh, I think that the style question I get the most is how to elevate my style without feeling like I'm like overdoing it, how to feel confident in picking pieces for myself. And then that's the whole goal of what we do, because what's great about what we do is we're giving those clients the tools that they need to then be successful for the rest of their life.
Right,
We're
their own decision.
Yeah, we're teaching them what looks great on their body, what colors look best for them, what styles. So then when they are shopping, it can be really overwhelming shopping, especially like in a department store and navigating all those trends of being like, how do I feel current, but not overly trendy and still myself? And that's where we come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Style questions. What is there a style from the past you would love to see come back?
Ooh, not skinny jeans. Skinny jeans are kind of back in anyways. Oh gosh, I don't know, Lucy. That's a hard one.
You can think on it.
I do love like the 60s and 70s, like hippie vibe. Okay. So I've always loved a good like flare,
Blair's ready for
I'm ready for like a 60s, 70s revival. So yeah.
If you had to give your style a name, what would you call it?
So I get that question a lot. And I think it's funny because I have a hard time answering it, to be honest, because I don't think that we should pigeonhole ourselves into being like, I'm classic or I'm bohemian or I'm edgy or romantic, because every day looks different.
Yeah.
Like I love a boho dress with a hat and a moment and a boot.
Rock it. Yeah.
Yeah. But then also some days I'll be super conservative, love a great blazer, that kind of thing. So I don't know that I can really, like classy. And like sometimes I want to be like real romantic and, like date night look, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to feel sexy.
No,
so
not at all.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super. Thank you for answering all those style questions.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This will be fun to think back on in a few years.
Yes.
See what the difference.
And don't be mad at me if you love barrel jeans.
Yes. I'm gonna have to go look for those. I don't think I've ever seen one.
I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay. Well, so this podcast is named Beyond the Handshake for a reason. And I think you do this so well with your clients and with relationships you're building. But it's important that I feel like it's important that business owners and women especially make that special effort for that extra connection and how that can impact each other and business opportunities. So I would love to hear what you do to really go beyond the handshake with your clients and what Beyond the Handshake means to you.
Yeah, I think for me, it's that follow up, and that building that relationship before you try to sell somebody. When you're at a networking event, if you're just verbal vomiting about yourself, I mean, to be honest,
just there to sell.
No one is going to. So I've had so many clients that I've had an ongoing relationship with them personally that have come to me later on because we've had that relationship and said, I just got that job. So now I'm ready for your services. Oh, I'm ready. You don't want to be pushy. If people aren't wanting your product or your service, that's fine. But continuing to build on those relationships, following up with them and investing in who they are. It's so much more personal. And if you do that, sales will come naturally. They
building the relationship.
Building the relationship. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well,
and referral programs. Like, we get so many, because when our clients are happy, they share that with friends.
So you have a referral program. That's
we do.
Wonderful.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I feel like that would be a really easy thing for a woman to refer a best friend, because you just transform their wardrobe and their confidence level.
Yeah. And we've had people who have been like, my friend commented on my outfit and I told her all about you guys. And so she's going to, she wants to book. And so that's amazing.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I have loved chatting with you. We're also neighbors, but we are so busy. We never get a chance to get together. And so I was really excited that we could dive into these business topics, because as businesswomen, there's just so many things to learn from each other.
Yeah.
The systems and processes stuff, but also like, how are you coping? Or is there something I should be doing different in my business that would help, grow what I'm doing, even though I'm a totally different company than what you are. And so referral program is a really cool one for me to think about too.
Yeah. Well, and we might launch a membership. So I'll be getting with you on that.
Yeah. Membership. I did a whole course on that.
Yes.
Like I took one to learn all about it. So there's a lot to learn from other businesswomen. And I'm just so excited to have you here.
Well, thank you. And I'm just so proud of you and us, and that we're
doing it, girl.
We're doing it. So,
well, thank you for being on Beyond the Handshake.
Oh, thank you for having me. I loved every minute. Thank you.